Week 4 of the National Football League, with Baltimore on the road for an AFC battle. They lead the all-time series against Denver 8-6. It's the Ravens and the Broncos. Next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team.
Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers, because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
To Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. No more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Jackson steps away. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Play action. It's Jackson out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
First down throw for Bridgewater.
Fighting Hilton on the slant.
Touchdown Broncos. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. They go play action with Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Henry Ruggs, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A huge play there for Denver.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Bridgewater to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Mercedes Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it 21-8. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Jackson, dancing to his left. Right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's
got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. So now the Ravens electing to actually go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. 2 to go. Incomplete. They'll split the difference in the right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time they failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Bridgewater now. And that is incomplete.
I feel like my man momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
Gets around him.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers. Because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. He'll buy some time right. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Lewis has it, the tight end. Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Being chased out left. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Jackson rolling to his right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Jackson now. They'll roll him out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. And it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Nice pick.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Let's go.
And there's a good catch for Nick Boyle. And, yes, he sometimes gets overlooked, but that will happen when you're playing in the shadow of Mark Andrews.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And Marquise Brown is definitely a guy who can take the top off of the defense and make the big catches downfield. Also known as Hollywood, now in his 3rd season from Oklahoma.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Mercedes Lewis with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos get a bit closer. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Now it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And McManus able to put it through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
On the move to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Here's Jackson. It's complete, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now Gordon on first down. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Denver score. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will cut the lead down to 15. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. They go play action with Jackson. Steps away. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Jackson here is going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Bridgewater. Complete. This is Lewis. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, check back, back 6, back 6. I'm coming for you. Back 6.
Here's Bridgewater. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And some room to work. Touchdown, Broncos. Melvin Gordon, 39 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Getting your back quarterback involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. He will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs with another touchdown. Number 24 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Hey, check back, back 6, back 6. Hey, keep it up.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Odafe Owe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing is Bridgewater.
And that's checked down to Gordon.
And some space here. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2nd and 10.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 28 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Bridgewater will try and throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Or are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll buy some time right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out.
He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Bridgewater now. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Bridgewater. This is caught by Hilton. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Welcome back now to Denver. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos cut into that lead. They'll look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. They'll try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver's offense ready to go again. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And the catch made by Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Adafe Owe. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater now from the 50. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
1st down, Bridgewater. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year.
And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Denver's offense now set to go.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
7 yards, the pickup there.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
181 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, check back, back 6, back 6. I'm going to come back to you.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens offense back out there.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
They go play action now. Jackson, 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Throwing is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time,
See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. One last shot now for Bridgewater. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown, the point after, but of little consequence in the ending, as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try...